You ever see the drawing on a label of a bottle of Southern Comfort? Looks a lot like that, doesn't it? That's Woodland Plantation, an historic site here in Plaquemines Parish, kind of near Port Sulphur, between Myrtle Grove and Port Sulphur. Currently owned by a man named Foster Creppel. It's a bed and breakfast that people can stay at, and it caters to fishermen. Lots of guides work out of here. And so that's why we've come down to go fishing here, where the action has been really, really good lately. Hopefully that holds true tomorrow. All right, there it is. Really impressive place. Looking forward to staying here. Oh, I forgot to mention, my good buddy C-Mac has come along for the journey. What's up, Brad? Nothing. None at all. Let's go check this place out. I guess we should just walk in. What do you think? Yeah, I don't think anybody's coming. Look at this. Man, this is awesome. Wow.
Very nice.
Historic. Maybe Foster doesn't stay here. All right, we just got the word from Foster that Chris and I are staying in what he calls the Magnolia House, or the Magnolia Store, actually, I think. It's a 100-year-old building that he moved to these premises, and we got the whole thing to ourselves, so just got to find it. All right, looks like this is it. Beautiful place. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Wow, look at this. What a beautiful, beautiful place. My goodness. All right, this is us. It's beautiful.
Okay. One time, the people who gave me the store had no idea this was the buffet table that was there. I didn't know until I got it back here, took it out of the store. I was working on it as a table. I didn't notice they cut these flat. They cut those flat so they could affix a board to the front of this. So no one knew this was a buffet table.
This episode of Marshman Masson is brought to you by Puglia Sporting Goods.
All right, we're going to feed the gators. What's your name? What's your name?
Mama.
No,
Mama?
Mama.
Your name's not Mama.
A mama
Liam.
boy.
Liam.
A mama boy.
I got a grandson named
Mama
Liam.
boy.
Say Liam.
Your mama's boy?
Yeah, your mama's boy. That's right. You get all.
Oh, I see one gator.
She's protecting her nest. She's got a nest right over there.
Really?
And they're getting ready to hatch. Buddy's watching her nest too. I've got two big females now with nests and one big male that I don't really like too much. He's aggressive.
He's aggressive? Yeah.
We get one about a year, every year or two. That's a mama.
They just kind of migrate into the pond, huh?
Yeah, the females, like Buddy's been here for, I've been feeding her for 20 years.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Now here comes Buddy. Buddy is a female alligator.
Hello, bud.
Foster's been feeding for about 20 years. 8.5 feet. Here she comes.
Come here, baby.
Ready for dinner.
Come here, girl. She likes chicken. Come on. Come on. Come here, baby. Come on. Come on. Good girl.
Leg quarter.
Good girl. Come here. Good girl. Come here. Good girl.
Wow.
No, that's not Buddy. That's Lorenzo.
That's Lorenzo?
Yeah, he's bigger than Buddy. He's close to 10, 9.5 to 10. He's the male. He's the male that just showed up. I don't really trust him.
No thanks.
I don't know him as well as I know Buddy. Hey, Lorenzo. I'm gonna give you a hamburger.
All right, so I'm standing on the Mississippi River levee. That's the river right there behind all these willow trees. That's where Foster's ponds are, where he feeds the alligators. Got a big crew over there watching him feed them. And you can see right there in the distance, that's the actual Woodland Plantation. Just an incredible, incredible, incredible piece of property. Amazing. All right, what an incredible meal. I had heard about the food here at Woodland Plantation, and it was actually even better than its reputation. 5-course meal, and each course was better than the previous course. Man, if the fishing is as good as the food was, we're in for a big day tomorrow. All right, so Chris and I just connected with Eddie Adams. Eddie's kind of a legendary angler down here in South Louisiana. Literally 5 or 6 guides that I've fished with over the course of my career have told me that Eddie is the best fisherman they know. I've never fished with him. Actually, I just met him today. Definitely excited about the trip. We're heading down to Delta Marina in Empire. That's where we're gonna launch. But I just talked to Eddie. He said we're gonna head west. We're not gonna fish the east side, we're gonna fish the west side, go to the beach. He said there's been some trout on the beaches there, and that doesn't hurt our feelings at all. It's kind of late. They get a late start here, but we should definitely be able to find some fish today. Really, really nice conditions.
Yeah, you can set all those in.
Another bite? There's a trout. All right. On the TKO. And he's 12. He's a team maker. We keeping fish?
Oh, yeah.
Got him, C-Mac?
Yeah. Gotta get him away from the dolphin.
Nice. Better hurry. It's a race.
They don't eat it. They usually won't eat that so much on the hook. Look at his back box. Almost too good of a cast.
What you got there, C-Mac?
Like the green, man.
How deep is it right here, Eddie? Ballpark.
6 feet.
6 feet? Okay.
It's kind of deep actually.
There he is. There he is.
Got that, Todd.
Got him a trout.
Not a bad fish. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Got him, Eddie? So Eddie took us on a long run down the beach. It was actually a nice run, not rough at all.
Which is a rarity.
Right,
August,
no doubt.
You know, you get August, you get a lot of slick, calm days. Look at that big old gull.
Yeah, look at that.
Hiya there, Todd.
And I mean, I'm telling you right away, we are on the speckled trout. Eddie, it's gotten good here just in the past few days, huh?
Yeah, this week's really been a good week. Talked to a lot of guys. You know, everybody's super busy with all this stuff going on, and but guys have been fishing and catching them. I mean,
It's just every cast. Eddie's throwing a double rig here.
I'm trying to get some double.
Trying to get it. Oh, rip the rod off my hands. I ain't paying attention.
They all about the same. You get
You got us a double. That's a nice
we'll catch a few of these and we'll move down the beach and maybe get some bigger ones. They got some,
I mean, these are good solid keepers.
yeah.
Tons of dolphins around.
Better one. Yeah, they got dolphins like.
Tugging on kind of hard here.
What you got there, C-Mac?
A decent little fish.
Don't step on my fish.
You show Foster.
Oh, dude, that's a good trout. C-Mac, that's our, I hate to do this right now, but that's our picture fish.
He was right next to the pilot, too. There was that big one was in the pilots.
Was
right
he?
Next to the pilot, yeah.
Because he's smart. He's one of the pilots to get away from the dolphin. Oh, you saw that?
Shrimp.
Oh, goodness. Just silly. Just silly. Good solid trout. Good solid trout. Nice.
It was, you know, last August it was good too, man. Go eat that.
Oh! Don't eat my fish. Don't, nope. Yeah.
Came after mine.
Oh, they have another guy. This one's like an
Dude, look at
avocado.
that. C-Mac's whacking the nice ones.
Queen cockahoe on an avocado.
Yeah, a little
queen
bigger bait,
cockahoe on a
baby.
1/4 ounce jig head, man.
1/4 ounce jig head.
Yeah, throwing it right up next to the pile.
Queen Congo, you're throwing a little bit bigger bait.
Yeah, it might make
That could be it. I'm throwing this shrimp Creole colored TKO, red ice colored,
Yeah, look at that.
beneath a Versamax Bolt rattling core.
Oh, there, man. That was about to bounce. That nice one.
Well, you can't leave your lure dangling in the water.
This episode of Marshman Masson is brought to you by Matrix Shad and by Sportsman'sOutfitters.com and by Cito New Orleans and by Community Motors and by Death Grip Jig Heads.
I almost hate to say it, but I don't think we caught a throwback yet.
Yeah, it's in that time, you know, you come a month ago, a lot of these fish would have been
Throwbacks, you're right.
bad. We
Yep.
did catch about a month ago out there. We had to pick through them a little bit. I think they can get them pounds and get a little weight from them.
Yeah, no doubt. Feel a little safe. And run out to get your bait like that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Nice one. Get him away. I really rarely have them take the fish.
That's a good trout. That's a good fish. Let C-Mac catch those little ones.
Anyway, that's all I wanted.
So our theory is that the fish are kind of seeking shelter in these pylons. There's so many dolphin around here. Anyone you release is gonna get eaten. Got him? Uh-oh. Man, what is that? Might be a red, huh?
Yeah, it might be rum or something. There's some definite weight to it. What the heck?
Need the net, Eddie?
It's a weed.
Oh, stingray.
In the nose. Not a black. Chance. I knew it was something crazy.
Uh-oh.
You might have said his name.
Uh-oh. Oh, he came off, which I'm kind of glad.
Broke you off, huh?
They will occasionally have a bull.
Oh, it did break me off. You're right.
Might have been a
Yep.
mackerel or something.
Yep.
Look at them big Spanish this time of year too. They pretty tough. Yeah, I guess that's cool.
What you got?
Yeah.
Oh, rattle trap. They're smoking the trap.
This is something else.
There we go. All right. I hear you barking. I hear you barking. I get it. I understand. Don't you put that rattle trap in my hand, I'll put you on ice.
All that ammo and all that stuff got in.
Oh,
Another one on the trap?
on the trap, baby. This feels like a decent fish. Yeah, it's a decent fish. Oh, he's barely hooked. Yep, barely hooked. And now he's no longer hooked.
Even that T-dog, though. Yeah, a lot more noise, you know.
Well, yeah, it does make a lot more noise.
Man, this is silly.
First cast I made with this, so that fish rolled on me, immediately, and hadn't had a bite since.
Look at that, hooked the same way. All right, we got you though.
It's trout.
You can watch him hit it, yeah. It's a little trout. Dude, settle down. You rip and drag. Good for you. Ate your Wheaties.
Oh, nice fish. Uh-oh. I think we all know. It actually burns pretty good. It was small. But it worked.
They're crushing the trap.
Hell, I hit a trap.
Got plenty of traps. Anybody wants one? All right, see, Matt, crazy good action today in an area that has actually benefited from a lot of hard work put in by the state of Louisiana, correct?
Yeah, an enormous amount of effort has been made to rebuild all of these barrier islands and these beach headlands from the mouth of the Mississippi River west. And as we've talked about in a previous video, all the way into the Terrebonne Basin now. But, starting over here with Schofield Island, Pelican Island, Bay Joe Wise, all of these islands, over to East Grand Terre, and then starting in a few months, Grand Terre Island, right next to Grand Isle. This whole basin, the outer perimeter has been restored, mainly using those oil spill restoration dollars. And actually, the initial construction on some of these beaches began during the oil spill with that sand burn project that the state built to try to trap some of that oil from getting way up in the marsh. That reestablished some of the footprints of like Pelican and Schofield and some of these islands out here before they came out with oil spill penalty monies to do a full restoration project. Right here behind us, Bay Joe Wise project, Grand Bayou Pass, that's a beach that was restored prior to the oil spill using money from the Coastal Impact Assistance Program. So pretty much every beach from the mouth of the Mississippi River west all the way to the end of Terrebonne Parish at Raccoon either has been restored in the last 15 years or will be restored in the next 4 to 5.
All right, and coastal restoration is always important, but what is particularly important about this stretch?
Well, this stretch is that front line of defense that keeps the wave action and the storm surge from going straight up into Barataria Bay. This provides a little bit more protection for like Buras and Empire and Myrtle Grove and those towns up along the river that are on the west side, but also all the way up into Lafitte and the West Bank of New Orleans. This is the first line of defense. There's a lot of folks who think that the only thing that needs to be done out here is, let's come build the barrier islands back, closing the passes, and that'll solve all our problems. That's not really the case. But this does set up that first line of defense to try to protect those marshes that are north of here that are a lot more sensitive and a lot more prone to erosion from wave action.
I'm going to ask Eddie this as well. Okay, but you've been fishing beaches all your life. What's some of the strategies that you typically employ to try and catch fish on beaches?
Oh, man, topwater, first and foremost. If you can throw a topwater bait, if you can walk a dog, as we saw today, the only reason we put the topwaters down today is because we were losing so many of them to the bull reds here in this set of pylons. But yeah, if you can throw a topwater bait, first and foremost. If you find any kind of structure on a beach, and structure doesn't have to be pylons like this, it could be right up against the beach. It could be that first trough right off the sand. And a lot of times, first thing in the morning, that's where the fish will be. Usually as the day goes on, like as we get in the mid-morning, that sun gets a little bit higher, the fish will move off the sand and get a little bit deeper. But man, you want to start on a day like this when it's flat calm, you want to start right up against that sand, throwing topwaters or big soft plastics or something, and that's going to be your best bet.
Eddie, you want to get in the hot seat? All right, Eddie, I think most guys would admit it's been a fairly slow summer fishing-wise, but it's really heated up here in the last few weeks. Why do you think that is?
We had a really, really good stretch of weather here. You got the Mississippi River dropping. It's getting us some salt water back close to the beach. As you can see, it's slick calm. It's been calm like this for 4 or 5 days, which is what you need on this beach, especially fishing out of a boat. You want it calm where the boat don't make a whole lot of noise. You got calm seas and green water, you're going to catch trout.
Okay, all right. In running up and down these beaches, have you been seeing a lot of bait lately?
Yeah, plenty of pogie around. You get some shrimp. You got pretty much everything, a whole smorgasbord of food out here. Little glass minnows. They got the bait. You got good salt water right now. You got calm conditions, and it's pretty common for August too to have these conditions. The last couple of years, man, we've been really struggling towards the end of June, early July. Been having high rivers for 4 or 5 years. You get like a little algae bloom on the beach, man. It's hard to catch these fish, but obviously here the water gets green, the salt content gets up, and you catch them.
All right, knowing what you know, based on your history of fishing out here, how long will these fish be on these beaches?
These fish will stay here all the way through September, especially condition. Always, you might have next week, it might be blowing out the south. You might not get out here for a week, but when you can get out here, it's the place to be.
Man, what a crazy good day. Speckled trout action, like insane, like the old days. Just phenomenal action. Thanks so much to Captain Eddie Adams. Also, Foster Creppel up at Woodland Plantation. Incredible hospitality there. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Got a lot out of it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the Marshman Masson channel on YouTube. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're notified whenever we post a new video. And until next time, if we don't see you in the marsh, we'll see you right here on Marshman Masson.